Hello, it's me. You can call me the animal whisperer because I have a gift for knowing how an animal is feeling just by looking at them. And if they're in trouble, I know exactly what to do to help. This gift was given to me when I was just a young girl living in my hometown of Dallas, Texas. It was the summer of 1979, and I had recently celebrated my 8th birthday. My best friend Katie and I were out playing one day when we came across an injured crow. Its wing was bent at an unnatural angle, and it couldn't fly away with the other crows, so I did something that changed my life forever. I reached out to the bird, and even though it was scared, it allowed me to pick it up and carry it home. Once the bird got to my house, I knew I had to do something to fix its wing. Using newspaper and masking tape, I made a splint and then fed the bird some milk and dog food. Much to my surprise, the crow survived and eventually flew back into the wild. And from that moment on, I knew I wanted to help other animals in need. Fast forward a few years, and I'm now working as a professional wildlife rehabilitator. I've taken in thousands of orphaned, injured, and sick animals over the years, nursed them back to health, and then returned them to their natural habitat. Because of my work, more than 200 species of birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and even the occasional exotic animal have found their way back to me. This includes armadillos, coyotes, foxes, turtles, possums, snakes, alligators, and even camels. In all my years of rescuing animals, there are 3 types of calls that always break my heart. The first is when someone calls about a mama cat who has recently given birth but isn't producing milk. The kittens are so tiny and helpless at this age that most of them won't survive without their mother's milk. This is exactly what happened to a mama cat named Collie and her 5 kittens who recently reached out to me. When I arrived at the house, I could hear the kittens crying as soon as I walked through the front door. They were so weak that they couldn't even hold themselves up to nurse. I knew that if I didn't step in, these kittens wouldn't make it. And since Collie couldn't produce enough milk, I decided to bottle feed the kittens myself. Even though I wasn't able to save all of them, 4 of the 5 kittens were eventually able to find new homes. And seeing them go off to their forever families brought tears to my eyes. The second type of call that always tugs at my heartstrings is when someone calls in a baby bird that fell out of its nest. These birds are usually completely fine, but because they're so young, they can't survive without their parents. That's why it's so important to return them to their nest as soon as possible.